In this video, we'll share 12 tips that will make your weekly team meetings run more efficiently. Team meetings can either be a useful tool for getting everyone on the same page and accomplishing their goals, or they can be a time waster for everyone in attendance. Team meetings can build camaraderie, connection, and direction for your team. But sometimes meetings and the teams in them lose track of their purpose. The meeting may lose focus, turn into a time waster, or become something that employees dread if it is poorly planned and run. The very last thing you need is for your team to believe that team meetings are a waste of time and are keeping them from more crucial tasks. Here are 10 effective ways to run a great meeting with your team. Number 1. Create a weekly team agenda. You shouldn't wait until 30 minutes before the start of the meeting to write up the agenda for the meeting or send it out to your team. Invite team members to assist you in planning for interesting team meetings. Send out a preliminary meeting agenda and solicit comments. Create a kickoff meeting agenda outlining what will likely be required from each attendee and their team if this is your first meeting with stakeholders to discuss a forthcoming project. Don't spend too much time planning the weekly meetings agenda with the team. Just make sure to give everyone on the team a chance to review the agenda and add any topics they wish to discuss. Knowing what to expect in the meeting will get the team thinking about the agenda topics, so they are more likely to participate in the meeting and share ideas. You probably won't be able to discuss everything that the team wants to put on the weekly meeting agenda. After you receive some feedback, prioritize which agenda items are most important and table the ones that can wait until another time. In order to help avoid creating too many meetings, your weekly team agenda should have a purpose. You can use some of the time to get project updates. Your weekly team meetings should be used to solve problems, discuss next steps, and assign tasks. These types of team meeting agenda items have value and can keep the entire team engaged. If your team does not perceive that your weekly meetings have value, they will likely not feel a need to attend. Number 2. Ask your team for input. Ask for suggestions from everyone on your team before drafting the meeting agenda. They might want to conduct brainstorming sessions or develop ideas. Or perhaps they want to invest time in learning something that will help them advance in their position. For instance, maybe you manage sales reps who really want to learn more about how to handle customer objections but haven't voiced it because they know you are busy. When you ask how they want to spend some of the meetings, they might just tell you. Best of all, your team members feel respected when you ask for their input. Number 3. Keep the meetings short when possible. Keep meetings brief and on topic, avoid dragging them out. A meeting to discuss the meeting should not be held after it. Your team is very busy. We are all handling greater workloads with fewer resources and disappearing boundaries on work time and free time. Respect the boundaries of the meeting, and everyone will be happier. Number 4. Consider time management in your meeting agenda. If the meeting is to last 60 minutes, keep an eye on the timer and adjourn at that point. Your team might dread attending if you routinely go over the allotted time. Be sensitive to the meeting time zones of remote employees. If you schedule a meeting at 2 p.m. in Los Angeles, that's 5 p.m. in New York. Workaholics may enjoy staying after normal business hours, but many people work to live and don't live to work. Watch the time closely. Prioritize what must be covered before the meeting ends if it appears that you won't be able to cover everything on the agenda in the allotted hour. Move agenda items that don't get discussed or resolved to the next week's meeting agenda. If these items can't wait until the next week, schedule another meeting and invite only those team members who are affected by those items. Number 5. Make it a virtual meeting. In today's global economy, it is extremely uncommon for an entire team to work in the same place. Teams may have members who work remotely from their homes and are dispersed across several different locations. Fortunately, technology allows for face-to-face interaction by bringing everyone together in a single virtual meeting. You can even use a digital whiteboard to take notes on the meeting or invite team members to brainstorm ideas in real time. While running a remote meeting may be a little different than a traditional in-person meeting, setting up a virtual meeting is still much more engaging for everyone participating than a phone conference. It is hard for remote workers to interpret body language or react to facial expressions if they can't see anybody else. The same is true for the on-site employees who only hear the remote employees as disembodied voices over the phone. Number 6. Have your team run the meetings. You do not necessarily have to do everything just because you are the team leader and this is your meeting. To keep workers interested and engaged, switch up their responsibilities a little. The weekly team meeting can become monotonous if the same person runs it. Meetings can be made more engaging and unpredictable by including a variety of personalities in the weekly team gathering. Allow remote teams to run the virtual meeting from time to time. Let your on-site team be the remote team to see things from the remote team's perspective. Number 7. Recognize and motivate employees. Motivate and engage attendees at your weekly meetings. Every day many people deal with a variety of challenges, whether at work or in their personal lives. We need not just a reminder of our tasks, but also the feeling of being needed and recognized in order for us to be motivated. Nothing a round of applause or a bit of attention can't fix. Employees aren't robots, they are humans who need affirmation, attention and recognition. Number 8. Ask questions that encourage discussion. Effective teams must have open lines of communication and mutual respect, particularly between a manager and a direct report. To get your team talking about their feelings, challenges, and wants. Here are a few questions to ask in your monthly team meetings. What was our biggest accomplishment this month? What was our biggest challenge this month? What resources would help you succeed? What's something we can improve in the company? These are all good questions to ask your team to get them talking and engaged in your meeting. Number 9. Cut out unnecessary information. The most effective method for maximizing the value of your weekly meetings is to eliminate unnecessary information. When you're working on the plan for your meeting, ask what can be communicated through channels like Slack and what needs to be addressed on the video call. Keeping your meetings lean and packed with value will ensure that no one suffers from meeting burnout and that everyone walks away on the same page. Number 10. Vary your meeting agenda order. The agenda for your team meetings don't need to be the same every time. That might grow boring. Motivate and inform your team occasionally with something unique. Some ideas to help change up your meeting include inviting a guest speaker, watching a relevant TED Talk, going off-site to lunch, celebrating someone's performance or achievement, or teaching your team a new skill. Spicing it up is a great way to give your team members a fun break from routine work. Plus, they'll look forward to your meetings. Number 11. Make it an optional meeting for certain team members. Does everyone on the team have to show up to each and every one of their weekly team meetings? Allow those who play important but supporting roles to attend and speak during the opening segment of the meeting. Invite them to stay for the remainder of the team meeting if they want, but let them go if they are not needed so they can get back to work. Number 12. Send the meeting notes recap. Someone needs to capture all of the meeting notes, summarize the takeaways, and then send the meeting minutes, all of the important information discussed. That way people can refresh themselves on what decisions were made, what changes they need to make to their work, and any other key details. This is especially useful for those prone to zoning out during meetings. Now they can look over what they missed in a tidy document. Using these tips can help you hold more effective team meetings that your team members won't dread attending. Which of these recommendations for improving weekly team meetings would you like to incorporate into your meetings? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for new weekly professional development videos. Thank you for watching.